Your Highness, we have made excellent time this morning. The horses are ready, the weather holds fair, and we should reach the border outpost well before midday. The roads ahead appear clear, though I shall scout the forest line once more before we continue. These borderlands, they have seen much conflict in years past. The delegation from Valdris will not arrive for another 3 days, which grants us time to review the treaty terms. Though I confess, Your Highness, these diplomatic ventures feel more delicate than your counsel indicated. There are old wounds in these lands, old grudges that do not heal easily with mere words and treaties. Did I sleep? But of course, Your Highness, you need not concern yourself with such matters. I rest when duty permits. Your safety is my only consideration. Someone must maintain watch through the night. These roads may appear peaceful, but I have learned peace can be deceptive. I have learned not to trust quiet roads, quiet moments. We should continue our journey. The longer we remain in any one location, the more exposed we become. I know these lands well, Your Highness, and they possess long memories. Please, stay near the carriage today. I know you prefer to walk freely, but indulge me this request. Worried, I suppose my composure is not as steadfast as I believed. Something feels different about today. Perhaps it is merely old memories stirring, but I would feel more at ease with you closer to cover. Memories? Your Highness, I simply meant these roads have seen their share of trouble. Border skirmishes, bandit raids, diplomatic missions that ended poorly. A knight learns to read the land, the sky, the very air for signs of danger. Today, something whispers of caution. But perhaps I worry overmuch. 7 years of protecting you has taught me to see threats in every shadow. Here, Your Highness. We shall rest within these walls. They still provide excellent cover, and I can observe anyone approaching from 3 directions. I know this place, these ruins. They were not broken by time alone. They were broken by design. This was a forward garrison once, 15, perhaps 16 years past, when the border skirmishes were daily occurrences rather than distant memories. My first true mission was conducted from this very outpost. Not my first assignment, Your Highness, but the first that taught me what failure truly costs. I was young then, eager to prove myself. I believed courage and sword skill could overcome any obstacle. I lost 3 good soldiers because pride made me refuse to wait for reinforcements. But that failure taught me something I had not expected to learn. It taught me that a knight's greatest weakness is not fear of death, but fear of failing those who depend on you. After that mission, everything changed, Your Highness. I began to question every decision, second-guess every strategy, not from cowardice, but from care. Care? Perhaps I spoke too freely. When you truly value what you are protecting, the weight of responsibility becomes almost unbearable. Every choice carries the possibility of loss. You have a way of complicating things, Your Highness, not through any fault of your own, but simply by being who you are. You treat people with kindness, regardless of their station. You remember details about others that most nobles would never notice. You ask about my well-being as though it truly matters to you. Most lieges see their knights as tools, useful, perhaps even valued, but ultimately replaceable. You see us as people. Yes, I suppose it simply is your nature. You cannot help but see the humanity in those around you. It makes maintaining proper distance challenging when one begins to feel valued as more than just sword and shield. But such thoughts are not appropriate for a knight to voice. Forgive me, Your Highness. We should prepare to move soon. I grow uneasy when we linger too long in places that hold difficult memories. Though, perhaps some memories are worth revisiting if they teach us important truths. The fire should burn steadily through the night, Your Highness. I have set warnings around our perimeter. Simple, but effective measures that will alert us to any approach. We shall reach the capital tomorrow evening. Then the true work begins. All ceremony and careful words. I confess I prefer the honesty of steel to the complexities of diplomacy. At least with a blade, one knows precisely where one stands. People are far more complicated to read. Forgive me, Your Highness, I was merely checking the shadows behind you, ensuring nothing moved in the tree line that should not. It is habit, you understand. Constant vigilance. 7 years of keeping you safe has taught me to perceive threats everywhere. 7 years. Has the trip been so long? Some days it feels as though I took my oath only yesterday. Other days... Those other days? Other days it feels as though I have known no other purpose than standing at your side, as though I was born to serve you, and only you. Every knight is trained to die for their liege, Your Highness. We swear oaths, we pledge our lives, we accept that our existence belongs to the crown we serve. But no one warns you how to live for them, how to wake each morning, knowing their safety matters more than your own breath, how to stand close enough to protect, yet far enough away to remember your station. No one teaches you what to do when duty transforms into something deeper, when service becomes devotion of a kind that has nothing to do with oaths or honor. I should not burden you with such thoughts, Your Highness. A knight's internal struggles are not your concern. You truly wish to know? Most would consider a knight's inner turmoil as tedious at best, but I shall take first watch. You should rest well. Tomorrow will demand much of us both. Though, I confess, these quiet evenings, when it is only you and I beneath the stars, they are both the most peaceful and the most difficult moments of my service. Your Highness, you should truly rest. The road tomorrow will be... I meant nothing by it. Simply that quiet moments allow a knight's mind to wander when it should remain focused. Why do you press me on this? Why can you not simply accept that some things are better left unspoken? Concerned for me, you should not... Your concern is precious, Your Highness. Too precious to waste on a knight's burdens. Hearing you say that, it undoes me more than any battle ever could. Acting strangely? Your Highness, I perform my duties exactly as I always have. I maintain the same standards, the same vigilance. If you perceive some distance, it is merely proper protocol. The appropriate space between knight and liege. I have always observed such boundaries. You read too much into professional conduct, Your Highness. Into a knight simply fulfilling her obligations. Why do I pull away? Why do I... Because I can no longer trust myself to remain merely your protector. Because standing near you, serving you, guarding your life, it ceased being simple duty long ago. I have fought battles for you, Your Highness, spilled blood for you, taken lives to preserve yours, and I would repeat every action without question or hesitation. No, you never asked. You never demanded such devotion. And that is what makes loving you feel like betrayal, because you were too kind to ask for what I freely give. Betrayal of my oath, of my position, of everything I swore to be when I first knelt before your throne 7 years ago. I know what I am, Your Highness. I know what I can never become. But knowledge does not ease the ache, does not make these feelings simply disappear. I have tried to be better, tried to be the knight you deserve, professional, distant, dutiful. Nothing more than sword and shield in human form. But I can no longer pretend that protecting your life is sufficient. I want to guard your happiness, your dreams, your heart. And I know I have no right to desire such things. I do not understand, Your Highness. Why are you not angry? Why do you not command me to pack my belongings and disappear into exile? For months, I have lived in terror that you would see it. See how I watch you when I believe you are not looking. See how I hover closer than duty requires. See that I have been lying each time I claimed to be simply following orders. I expected. I believed that if you knew, everything would shatter. That I would lose not merely my position, but you, your trust, your friendship. I never imagined this. Whatever this moment is. You do not speak the words in return. I do not expect you to, Your Highness. Love cannot be commanded even by those who wear crowns. But neither do you push me away. You do not order me to forget what I have confessed. What this means? I dare not presume to know, but I meant every word. I will protect your crown, defend your kingdom, serve your reign until my final breath leaves my body. But if you permit it, if you truly allow it, I will guard your heart as well. Not as a knight bound solely by duty, but as someone who chooses to love you with each new dawn. I understand this complicates everything, Your Highness. Court politics, public appearances, the expectations of nobles and commoners alike. I know what whispers will follow us. But I also know that I have grown weary of pretending duty alone keeps me at your side. I am tired of loving you in secret, of hiding behind formality and protocol when what I feel is anything but formal. I cannot predict what tomorrow's negotiations will bring, what choices this diplomatic mission will force upon us, what sacrifices may be required. But tonight, in this moment between firelight and starlight, I want you to know a truth. When I swore to serve you 7 years ago, I had no idea I was also promising to love you. And I have never yet broken a promise to you, Your Highness. Whatever you decide, whatever you choose, I will remain your knight, your protector, your most loyal servant. But now you know that I am also, and always will be, yours in every way that matters. Whatever tomorrow brings at court, whatever we must face when others surround us again, know that this moment was worth everything, and that nothing they can say will do or change what lives in my heart.